Welcome, Deputy Mayor, Councilor, and staff, and ladies and gentlemen who are joining us tonight from Rogers. Would you please join with me in Rise and Sing and Whole Canada?
Can you hear?
Thank you. Please remain standing for a moment of silent reflection. Thank you. Be seated, please. Before we get started, Council, there's a couple matters of interest I'd like to read. One is regards to the water. I know we've had a lot of questions about the Collingwood. In regards to our water supply, Collingwood Council and staff will be discussing tonight at their meeting. And each of the options that Collingwood staff will put forward to their council, our current water supply needs included what is planned to bring Tottenham online will be met. Our staff will continue to work on our water supply agreement with Collingwood, which includes the expansion and the upgrade to the water treatment plant in Collingwood to support the future growth. As negotiations will need to continue, we will await to hear from our staff what the outcome from the Collingwood Council meeting is tonight prior to discussing this any further. Also, let me first say we are thankful to hear that Joe is back home and taking care of himself and is in his health. There have been previous opportunities for the public input, and there will be another opportunity for Joe and other residents to speak to the proposed new town hall project through established process of the Committee of the Whole and council meetings. We expect the tender for the proposed new town hall project to come to the June 14th meeting. This time, should residents wish to talk to the tender, they can do so then. Those interested can register to speak at the meeting through the town's website or by calling the clerk's office. All the information and reports about the proposed project are available on the town's website. Thank you. We want to acknowledge that we are on the lands traditionally occupied by the Indigenous people. They continue to care for this land. They continue to shape the town of New Tecumseh, and we want to show our respect. Hundreds of years after the first treaties were signed, they're still relevant today. Thank you. Any words of recognition at this time? Councillor Foster.
Thank you, Mayor Milne. We'd just like to a big thank you to all the residents, not just in Ward 3, but all over New Tecumseh, who are taking advantage of pitch in, cleaning up, whether you're carrying a garbage bag when you go for a walk and you pick stuff up. I think it's fantastic, and you can certainly notice the improvements around town in a number of the local parks. So a big thank you to everyone who's doing that. And my mother has suggested that she picked up $50 today while cleaning up in the park with my dad, and so that charity work does pay. So thank you for that.
Well, that wasn't around my area where I live. At this time, I go to a clerk to identify items to add or delete, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Your Worship. I can confirm there are no items to add or delete at this time.
Thank you. Then a mover and seconder be resolved that the agenda for the council meeting held on April 26, 2021 be confirmed as amended. Moved by Councillor Foster, seconded by Harrison McIntyre. All in favor? Carried. Also, the mover and seconder be resolved that the minutes of the council meeting and special council meeting dated April 12, 2021 be adopted as circulated. Deputy Mayor and Councillor Jebb, all in favor? Thank you. This time I'll go back to the clerk to identify items for separate discussion and the reasons thereof. Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Your Worship. Before I do that, I believe that we missed disclosures of pecuniary interest.
Thank you. This time, Councillor Beattie.
Thanks, Your Worship. I'll declare on item C.W.3 as family members own property that abut these lands. Thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Beattie. Anyone else? Conflict of interest? Councillor Harrison McIntyre.
Thank you, Your Worship. It's on the council meeting minutes of April 12th, and it's item C.W.3.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, go back to the clerk to summarize all items identified for separate discussion. Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Your Worship. The only item requiring separate discussion is C.W.3 draft plan extension request, Walton Development and Management, Walton Industrial Plan of Subdivision.
Thank you. Look for a mover and seconder. Resolve it. Look for a mover and seconder. Resolve it. Items on the committee of the whole meeting report and committees of the whole closed meeting report dated April 12, 2021, with the exception of those items identified for discussion be received. And further that the committee of the whole planning public meeting report dated April 14, 2021, and communication items on the council meeting agenda dated April 26, 2021, with the exceptions of those items identified for separate discussion be received. Mover and seconder, Councillor Noel and Councillor Lacey, all in favor? Thank you. Okay, C.W.3. Councillor Lacey is called, I'm sorry, Councillor Beattie is called C.W.3. For a mover and seconder, report PD 2021-20 be received, and further that the extension to the draft plan approved for an industrial plan of subdivision file number NTT 1101 be approved for the period of 2 years until May 23. A mover and seconder, please. Moved by Councillor Foster, second by Deputy Mayor. All in favor? Carried. Councillor Beattie, you're back in. Councillor Noah.
Thank you, Worship. I'd just like to ask a question to the Deputy Mayor. I don't know if it's appropriate time to do this, but in regards to the large garbage containers that the County of Simcoe is going to be dropping it off, I've had several calls from residents, and especially in the townhouses up in Shepherd Avenue, they have no place to store these garbage cans. So Has the county of Simcoe updated the size of the containers, or what's the solution in regards to Briar Hill and wherever there's no room to store these large containers? I believe we're getting 3, is it, or 2, or how many we supposed to receive? And my second question is, we have a 2-bag limit or 1-bag limit, 2-bag limit, I believe now. Does this container exceed the 2-bag limit?
Deputy Mayor
Somebody-
Norcross. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Your Worship, through you, Councillor Noy. Thank you for the questions. Actually, His Worship and I have County Council tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We'll be discussing the large bins. So there are 3 bins, a small, medium, and large. Small is the green bin, the medium is recycling, the large is garbage. A large bin can hold approximately 2 to 2.5 bags, depending on the size, Councillor Noy, that will actually fit inside those containers. The mayor and I have been advocating for quite a while now. Their approach was one size fits all, and we felt that that didn't apply to our municipality. So we've been speaking to them in ongoing discussions. So what we have on the county floor tomorrow is we have an option 2. And what that is, in Simcoe County, they will roll out the large bin and the small bin, the medium bins, but that Briar Hill and Greenbrier will be a pilot project where they'll be afforded to get the smaller bins. So they can have access to a small bin or the medium bins, deciding on what the majority want and what they feel they can need and put in their garages. And so we're hoping that that will pass tomorrow, Councillor Noy. And we're also going to go one step further and ask that the county investigate an exchange program as well. So while we do the pilot project in the Briars, looking at the different sizes and see how they work, the county should, and we're going to ask that they have an exchange program so that you as a resident, Councillor Noy, you don't want the big bin or it doesn't fit, that you should be able to exchange that larger bin for a smaller bin and be able to use that. So we'll be rolling all that out tomorrow, looking for county council support. And like I said, the mayor and I have been, Your Worship, a couple of months, and Councillor Sainsbury's been leading the charge for us in Greenbrier, Briar Hill. Fran has certainly been fielding all the calls and emails and sharing with us. So it's certainly been a concentrated effort. So we'll have answers at our next council meeting for you on how we made out. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Noah.
Supplementary, Your Worship. It's just a question too, in regards to the large bin. Are we still putting the garbage in the plastic bags, or do we throw the garbage in the large bin like loosely? Can you also ask that question too? Because apparently when they put it in loosely, the garbage man comes along, dumps it, and it flies all over the side of the road, and it's not his responsibility to pick up the garbage. So he just drives on and leaves a mess at the residence. So I've saw it in Brampton several times because they have the large bin. So maybe we can direct that question and see what type of answer they would come up with. If you could for me, please.
Absolutely, Councillor Noy. Sorry, Your Worship, through you. Absolutely, Councillor Noy. My understanding is that you can actually do either or because of the design of these bins with the lock-proof lid, but we'll certainly clarify that tomorrow because you're right, we don't want the garbage blowing up and down the roads. So we'll bring an answer back for that as well. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Thank you. But for mover and seconder, be resolved that the following bylaws be read a first, second, and third time and enacted. Bylaw 2021-054, 055, 056, 057, 058, and 059. The mover and seconder, please. Councillor Foster and Councillor Harrison McIntyre, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Information, any announcements or Deputy Mayor?
Thank you, Your Worship. And the council will indulge me for a moment. I would like to acknowledge something from 2 weeks ago, please. So 2 weeks ago at our council meeting Monday night, a council member raised the issue of a gentleman doing a hunger strike at the town hall. And I want to acknowledge the member for raising this issue. What I neglected to say was that I had spoken to the mayor and the CEO that Monday morning, and then I was going to meet with Joe to initiate dialogue and facilitate a meeting. And we did have that meeting Monday morning. When the issue was raised at Monday night's council meeting, I regrettably did not respond, and that was a mistake I made. I should have informed the community and I should have informed all of council. And I would like to take this opportunity to publicly acknowledge this. And I want to say I'm sorry. And just to add a little tidbit, myself and I believe others we're starting to definitely feel the frustration of COVID, the lack of personal interactions with our colleagues, our residents, our family and our friends, but I know we're on the road to recovery. So Your Worship, I just wanted to take this opportunity to acknowledge the community and to acknowledge council, and thank you very much for the opportunity to do it.
Thank you. Councillor Jeb.
Thank you, Your Worship. I would just like to share with council and residents that my sister's place will be holding a virtual Mother's Day tea on Sunday, May the 9th. And it is a cost of $25 per ticket. And there's some goodies and tea and prizes and a program. And you can contact my sister's place at 705-435-9400, extension 226, to sign up for this worthwhile cause. As we have heard over this last year with COVID, that domestic violence has increased, and it is kind of frightening to hear that. And my sister's place is doing a wonderful job. So please, if you can support them, it would be much appreciated. So Sunday, May the 9th, from 11 till noon is the virtual tea. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you. Councillor McClellan.
Thank you, Worship. I just wanted to remind everybody again that the Tottenham Beaton District Chamber of Commerce they still have their virtual home show going on. So lots of local vendors and businesses, you can watch their videos. It's going online until Friday. And there's tons of different, every time I open my Facebook, there's lots of different contests and great local businesses. So check it out. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Deputy Mayor, did you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Councillor Councillor McClellan. So how's it going? I agree with you. Every time I go on the social media, there's something to win. So is it successful? Like, are you guys happy with it, or?
Yeah, no, it's going very well from the feedback that I'm getting. It really went well. The videos were a really interesting thing to do. It still let businesses showcase their product or their service, and it's got a lot of people engaged. So it's going well.
Well done. Thank you.
I believe they're giving $500 each weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Councillor Harrison McIntyre, please.
And really, this is Alan. I'm not trying to steal your thunder here, but a reminder to purchase your Crick tickets.
I was actually going to leave that for our chair, who's going to be speaking at the committee of the whole. But thank you very much, Councillor McIntyre.
We'll just say it often.
Yes, you can. There's actually only 50 or less than 50 left. So if you haven't gotten them yet, I would advise you to get them soon. And you can get them online at tottenhamcrick.ca.
Good. Thanks, Councillor Lacey. And reminds me, I guess I owe somebody $40. I'm sure he'll tell me about it. Okay, if that's, I have a look for a mover and second and be resolved that a bylaw 2021-060 to confirm the proceedings of council that's being done on April 26, 2021 be read a first, second, and third time enacted. Moved by Councillor Beattie, second by Councillor Sainsbury. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. We adjourn. Be resolved that meeting adjourns at Councillor Jeb.
7:21, Your Worship.
7:20 is a record. All in favor? Carried. We're going to take about a 10-minute break so Barb can get us switched over and that. So